Welcome back, everyone. We got a lot of Star Wars to go over and not a lot of time. So strap in, Starfighter. Star Wars is taking over Fortnite in Galactic battle. So the Galactic Reckoning is coming. Star Destroyers exit hyperspace in formation around the Death Star, which looms with its super laser array fixed on the BR map. Heroes from across eras are ready to strike back against the assault led by Emperor Palpatine from the shadows. And the island's fate hangs in the balance. Dry lightsaber and ready your blaster May 2nd in Fortnite Galactic battle, which is tomorrow. So we are going to watch this trailer and then we're going to talk about a bunch of new stuff that's coming. All right, there's a couple things I want to talk about in here. So the first thing, I don't think it's actually really anything, but we can see the bus has the gun on it, shooting at, the starfighters, the Imperial ones. But I don't think that's actually going to have any type of gameplay. I think that's more just for what they show. Here we got Sith Evie and the AWR or Death Trooper. So she is confirmed to have the Darth skin. We got Cuddle Team Leader, who I'm not a fan of. Now you can see the X-Wings, you get to fly them with 3 people on the top. I'm not really a big fan of that because they've always been one person and one astromech. But I do get that, if you have a squad, it's going to be hard to move around. So it does make sense to do it that way. But I don't know, I'm not like a super big fan of that part. And then the X-Wings, they are going to be 2 people, one on the top, one inside. I don't think they show that in here though. And this is a Star Wars thing, confirmed. That's what Han Solo did back in one of the movies, the Star Wars movie. We got Marshmallow and what was that, Panda Team Leader here, which I think is just a little funny. I don't think it's actually like specific into what's going to be happening this season at all. But we do have Samurai Vader coming. He's taking over Samurai Solitude, and we got all of the Samurai Stormtroopers. So this might be a boss battle area here. And he's got the 2 things in the back. We got Grievous and Windu. So they are both confirmed to be coming in. I've heard a lot of speculation on what's going to happen, but being that I don't really know, I don't want to say it all. But like he might be a boss battle, so I don't really know. Windu might be an item shop. Now also here, the Mandalorians. We can see that's not a Mandalorian. He just came out in the OG season, I believe. And we got him, which flying with the Mandalorians. Again, I think it's just a little funny thing. I don't think it's actually meant to be anything. But when they land too, you can see the Golden Knights over there. We got the Bird Man here. I forget his name. The other Mandalorian here. Some Stormtroopers. That's a Mandalorian. Now, he's said that he might be a fully customizable one because of the other Mandalorians, but I mean, they're not necessarily Mandalorians flying with him. There's a couple. Now, this I feel like is the beginning of the Mandalorian season 1 when he comes in. And do we have anything that's super awesome? I mean, he's pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of Monsters Inc. This guy's pretty sick. We got Jonesy's the bartender with the cow. We got the hand. which I mean, that's a wild skin to have. But I don't think there's anything that's like super, super crazy. It looks like we got the fox over there with the glowing eyes. Is he a toaster? Is that what he is? Toaster and a mushroom walk into a bar? But yeah, that's definitely like Monsters Inc., man. I'm assuming Monsters University is the one I'm thinking of. We got the Death Star with Palpatine. We got Jedi Evie.
How rude.
And he speaks. I love it. That's my favorite part of this whole thing, him speaking.
How rude.
If you did notice here, she's got the Force.
How rude.
With a blue lightsaber. He had a red lightsaber and uses lightning. The reason I had this muted because I didn't want to get copyright stricken. And then yeah, so floating in, we do have an umbrella that I will show you later on in the video. And then the lightsabers and the force powers, we will get to that once we get to it in here. But there is going to be 3 different lightsabers that you can get. Driving back the Imperial invasion will take every blaster and ship at your disposal, unless you feel a strong pull to the dark side. Either way, touch down at one of these new locations. We got Resistance Base over here, the First Order Base here, Outpost Enclave over here, and Vader's Samurai Solitude down over here. The First Order base has claimed the mountaintop to house its imposing base of operations, which includes a hangar for repairing damaged First Order TIE fighters. There are 5 entrances, but its utility shaft is its main point of weakness, and where you'll find it's easiest to sneak in. So there is going to be NPCs guarding these places. I forget how many new NPCs they're adding, but they're adding a bunch of new NPCs. Outpost Enclave. There's an element of danger to Outpost Enclave, a boisterous hub of smuggler activity where tensions are known to run high. While you're in the area, check out the interior of the parked sand crawler nearby, which I do plan on doing. And it does look like these are both blue chests, and it looks like there could be a hint of a blue chest over here too. So it's funny that they're all blue chests. I wonder if they're going to be guaranteed. We'll have to find out. The Resistance Base. The Underground Resistance Command Center is shrouded in foliage, hiding this facility's location from any ships passing overhead. Here you'll find X-Wings and a ton of handy equipment for taking on the First Order's fleet. Vader's Samurai Solitude. Darth Vader's samurai has seized Shogun Solitude and turned it into his own personal fortress. Deal with his stormtrooper samurai guards and you may get the chance to challenge the Sith Lord himself. So it is going to be the samurai version of Darth Vader this season, where in the past, they have released the regular version, but this time it's going to be only the samurai version. The preferred weapon of Force users everywhere. So this is where we're getting into the lightsabers that I was talking about earlier. An elegant weapon for a more civilized age. The use of a lightsaber is the mark of a Jedi, though it's used by their sworn enemies, the Sith, as well. It's handy for deflecting blaster bolts back at adversaries, and you'll also sprint faster, jump twice as high, and have fall damage immunity while brandishing one. Lightsabers are not found, but earned. You must train in the Force or, just loot it off another player. So it's kind of sounding a lot like the Typhoon Blade, where you get in sprint faster, jump higher, no fall damage. But I don't think it's going to push people back like that or the Bat. So it seems like every season they have something melee like that, and this is going to be it. But there's a lot more. So in past seasons, you had to defeat Vader in order to, well, they've never done a Star Wars season, but in past events, most recently last year, you had to defeat Vader and then you'd be able to pick up his lightsaber, where this it's different. So find and train with Hologram Ray to earn the blue lightsaber and learn Force Push. So when you have the lightsaber, you'll also get Force Push, which shoves everything in front of you. So that'll be a nice way to give people fall damage if you're on hills. If you're in a different persuasion, train with the hologram Emperor Palpatine to earn the red lightsaber and learn Force Lightning, a shocking new way to deal damage. So what I'm wondering about the lightning is it going to be single, or are you going to be able to hit multiple people, and what is the distance? And then of course Force Lightning, do it, as Emperor Palpatine once said. To use any of these Force abilities, you must have a lightsaber equipped. Any will do. It doesn't have to be the one you earned in training. Force abilities are tied to you and not your lightsaber. Oh, okay, so that's cool. Meaning that players who loot a lightsaber from an enemy or find one on the ground will not receive a Force ability with it. So that's interesting. Defeat Darth Vader's samurai to earn a different red-colored lightsaber and learn Saber Throw, which flings your lightsaber directly in front of you like a dangerous plasma boomerang. So there's 3 different force powers you can get, along with 3 different lightsabers, because they'll each drop one. And I don't know if it'll be a mythic floor loot or if it'll be any floor loot at all. It might only be those 3, so we'll have to see. So anyway, start blasting. As far as non-lightsaber weapons go, it's blasters only on day 1, which I'm kind of excited for. So you've got your reliable DL-44 blaster pistol, which I believe is the heavy blaster that Han Solo uses, or he's got a modified version, but it's this one here. Then the heavy CR2 blaster, which they made an SMG. Even though it's a heavy blaster? Alright. A close range ACP scatter blaster and BARM ST12 scatter blaster. So I'm wondering if these, being that it says SMG, if they're going to have ammo or be plasma weapons where they don't have ammo but they have a cooldown instead. I'm assuming it's going to be that way, but it'll be interesting to see. Then a close to medium range DLT-19 blaster, a long-range IQA-11 marksman blaster rifle, an all-purpose A280 CFE blaster rifle, and then unvaulted, highly accurate DC-15 heavy blaster rifle, again unvaulted Empire Standard E11 blaster, and unvaulted the First Order Standard issue F11 blaster. So we got 9, and here we have 7. So there's 2 that aren't showing on here. But like this is a shotgun. And I don't know which of these is an actual shotgun. So we got scatter blaster, I guess, close range scatter blaster, and that's probably the BARM scatter blaster. But there's more. Though technically not a blaster, this one will cause a blast too. Toss a thermal imploder and run away before its compression vacuum ignites for big damage, ripping a hole in any nearby structure. That sounds pretty cool, but it's probably going to work just the same way as a grenade. Then, the legend herself, the Great Warrior of Parnassus. Captain Phasma is the commander of the First Order's Legion of Stormtroopers. If you can infiltrate the First Order base and defeat her in battle, you'll be rewarded with the mythic Captain Phasma's F11D blaster and Phasma's blaster medallion. I want to know what that does. The Phasma's blaster medallion extends how long it takes a weapon to overheat and reduces its cooldown. Okay, so immediately answered my question. So it extends how long it takes a blaster weapon to overheat. So these are blasters. They're not going to be taking ammo, so you don't have to scrounge for ammo. So that's going to be a really OP medallion. But I mean, it also depends, right? If they have it like 0.01% longer and reduces the cooldown by 0.01%, it's probably not going to be good at all, but still better than nothing. So I'm assuming it's going to be a pretty OP medallion. I feel like we're being watched. Remember that medallions make you visible on the opponent's minimap, and the more medallions you have, the more precise the radius of your exact location. So I'm assuming there's going to be multiple medallions, probably 2 to 3, but we only know of 1 so far. So Pilot Starfighter, the symbol of the Imperial fleet. The Imperial TIE Fighter is a single passenger craft designed as an instrument of the Empire. Equipped with high-powered blasters, it can potentially be an instrument of your next victory royale, or alternatively hop into the pilot seat of a nimble X-Wing and push the throttle to cover ground quickly. It's crucial to utilize its laser cannons, especially if you find yourself in an aerial dogfight. So I don't know how I feel about having airplanes, especially ones that fire. So the dogfights I think are cool, but I think it should be like a dogfight only mode. Because imagine like you're getting close to the end and then just a squad of TIE fighters come in and wipe you out. And especially if you're in the air, right? So you got your one friend here, another one here, another one here, you're flying, this guy comes in, shoots you down, that's a squad wipe, right? Because it's going to blow up, even if you guys still have 5 HP, by the time you hit the ground, you're done. Now, if you do have a lightsaber, you are immune to fall damage, so you could potentially get away with that, but now the rest of your squad's downed. So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the airplane part. So they're going to have mini events. Every week, something's going to change. So May 8th, the Pull of the Force. Sensing a disturbance in the Force, Leia and Luke will arrive on the island May 8th alongside renowned smuggler Han Solo to offer you strategic services. So they're going to be 3 of the NPCs coming in. Speaking of the Force, hologram Mace Windu will appear on May 8th. Train with him to earn a purple lightsaber and learn Force Pull. So now there's 4, which pulls in just about anything and anyone nearby. Rumor has it, Sith Lord Darth Maul will be around as a hologram as well, offering red lightsabers and teaching Force Throw. Pick up objects around you and throw them as projectiles. But yeah, so pick up objects and throw them as projectiles. I wonder what that's going to do for damage. That reminds me of Magneto, where you could pick everything up and throw the scrap. Well, I guess it was scrap. It wasn't you weren't actually picking stuff up. So I want to see how that is. Darth Maul, my favorite character, so I'm super stoked. Then May 15th, chew on this. Chewbacca's ETA is May 15th, and he's bringing his Wookiee bowcaster to the loot pool to aid the rebels. You'll also find the powerful CA-87 Jawa scatter blaster in chests around the island, new to Fortnite. So this gun used to be, well, I shouldn't say used to be, but the Jawas, they had it. It was a electric rifle, so a lot like a stun gun, but it would shoot more like Lord Palpatine's Force Lightning, where you could shock people with it. So it worked more that way, but now it seems like it's going to be a shotgun style. But we'll have to see how it actually works. It might shoot lightning. And then the bowcaster, it's been in Fortnite before. It is OP. It is amazing. And I don't have the Chewbacca skin. I'm kind of sad about that. It was in the shop for like a day or 2 days, like a week ago, and I didn't get it. I'm kind of sad about that. Then Mandalorian Rising on May 22nd. On May 22nd, Mandalorians will intervene. You'll be able to recruit a heavy, scout, supply, or medic Mandalorian to your team and gain further advantages over your opponents with the unvaulted Mandalorian jetpack. Also keep an eye out for signature Mandalorian weapons, the Ambien sniper rifle and the new dual-wield Westar 34 blaster pistols. So these look like Jango Fett's, and this looks like the Mandalorian's incinerary gun that he had. Then May 29th, Star Destroyer Bombardment. This is going to be interesting. On May 29th, assume control of a Star Destroyer's turbo laser and lay waste from above. A single portal to the Star Destroyer's control room will spawn every match. Be the first to reach it, and the capital ship is yours. So this is a lot like Doom Island. Only one person got it, and it was hectic. So I imagine this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be worse, but it's going to be pretty bad trying to get it. And then June 7th, the final showdown, the Death Star sabotage. Mobilize and take the fight to Emperor Palpatine in a live in-game narrative event on June 7th. Never tell me the odds. Mr. Solo said that once, but that is going to be cool. I'm definitely going to be doing that. So Galactic Battle, Death Star sabotage. Get the Star Wars Battle Pass. The legends are true. The Star Wars Battle Pass is chock full of treasures from across the known galaxy. I'm interested to see what's in the Battle Pass, because everyone's like, oh look, the Battle Pass, it's been revealed. I'm like, this isn't the okay, so there's going to be like what, 50? I think there's going to be about 50 tiers. I see 5 people. That's not revealing the Battle Pass. That's getting a sneak peek at it. And that's, I know that Fortnite released this and said the Battle Pass will be a fine addition to my collection, which is a grievous saying, but like this isn't revealing the Battle Pass. I want to, if it's revealing the Battle Pass, I want to see the Battle Pass, not a picture of what may be in the Battle Pass. The Star Wars Battle Pass has both free and premium rewards that can be claimed by earning XP in any Fortnite experience. To claim the premium rewards as you earn XP, purchase the pass for only 1,000 V-Bucks or get it through the Fortnite crew along with all other Fortnite passes. Included as a premium reward, here are the outfits in the pass. Hey, look, it's actually starting to get a little bit revealed. So we got Apprentice Evie, Force Sensitive Vigilante spreading peace across the galaxy, instantly unlocked after purchasing the pass or accessing it through the Fortnite crew, and we know she's gonna have a Sith skin. Poe Dameron, the finest pilot in the Resistance. I'm not a big fan of it. Like of him and the sequels. Wookiee team leader, which is absolutely terrible, growl it out. And then Emperor Palpatine, leader of the Emperor, ruler of the galaxy. The cyborg and general of the separatist droid army, General Grievous, will be an unlockable outfit in the Star Wars Battle Pass later in May. Unlock Grievous by completing objectives that'll come online later in the season. The pass will be available to progress from May 2nd until June 7th, 2025 Eastern Time. So kind of like how they had the Godzilla pass that was not the main pass, but it was like a side pass. That might be what this is, especially because you're not going to get it through the Battle Pass. You're going to unlock it by completing objectives that'll come online later in the season. So it's not, to me, that says, hey, it's not like the Battle Pass. Even though they do say it'll be unlockable in the Battle Pass later in May, I think, like I said, it might be the extras. If you get the pass through the Fortnite crew, you also get the OG pass, music pass, and Lego pass. That's a lot of outfits you can unlock, and typically out of this world accoutrements. Embrace the dark side with the new Star Wars Porsche 911 GT3 RS bundle, which includes the Darth Vader wrapped decal, Maul wrapped decal, and Captain Phasma wrapped decal, representing all the 3 trilogies. These decals can only be equipped on the Porsche 911 car body. That's in the bundle starting at May 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Time. So this is the Vader one. It's like, it's okay. I'd want to see more of it, but I don't think it's like something I'm going to go out of my way to get. Then over on Twitter, we have iFire Monkey that says some free items from Rocket League Star Wars event that might transfer over. Force Lightning Boost, Force Lightning Trail, Emperor wheels, and the Stormtrooper Octane decal. That's the wheels. That's the boost, that's the trail, and that's the Stormtrooper Octane, which is kind of lackluster. This is what he's saying the Darth Maul version of the Porsche is going to be like. I don't know why it has the white, 'cause Darth Maul doesn't have any white, so I don't know if I trust this completely or at all, because that just doesn't quite make sense to me. And I think Darth Maul already has rims, so I don't think they'd add that too. And this is what the Phasma Porsche is supposed to look like. It's just chromed out. It does have the Empire wheels on it though. Then fashion. The Jedi prophecy foretold that a chosen one would come and bring balance to the Force. What it didn't foretell is that Star Wars Crocs would be hitting the shop May 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So we can see here that is Grogu. I'm not a fan of Crocs. Star Wars Crocs, I'm not changing my mind on. I'm not a fan. Throughout the season, look for new and returning Star Wars outfits, including the likes of Darth Jar Jar, Mace Windu, a customizable Mandalorian, and more. It says new and returning. Customizable Mandalorian's not new. Mace Windu, or sorry, it's not returning. It is new. Mace Windu, I believe, is new also. Darth Jar Jar is new. So it's not giving us any returning Star Wars outfits. This is telling us all of the new Star Wars outfits. So Darth Jar Jar is an interesting one. Now, I'm going to be running the regular Jar Jar, not the Darth Jar Jar, supposing there is a regular one. I think there is. Just to troll people because they don't like Jar Jar and I have no issue with Jar Jar. I saw the first, when I saw it, the episode 1, The Phantom Menace, I was never like, oh, I hate this guy. Everyone else was, and I went, sucks to be you guys. More Star Wars and rewards. So this we did talk about in our other video, but I'll go over it a little bit. So May 2nd at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so tomorrow, 10 a.m., you can watch Star Wars Tales of the Underworld, and you'll get the Asajj Ventress loading screen. You get to see the first 2 episodes early, and then Galactic Battle's Twitch drops. They're kicking off the Galactic Battle with the Twitch drops. Watch any channel in the Fortnite category on Twitch for 15 minutes between May 2nd at 9 a.m. and May 5th at 9 a.m. Eastern to receive the Galactic Duel loading screen. Watch for 45 minutes, and you'll get Anakin's model Jedi Interceptor back bling. So that's an interesting back bling. The loading screen I don't really care for. Like I said, it's Wookiee Team Leader. I'm not a fan of that skin anyway. So to have it as loading screen doesn't really do me any good. How to claim the Twitch drops. Well, watch the channel, or connect your Epic and Twitch accounts, and boom, you got it. Now, some tournament notes. There's a whole host of tournaments to play in and prizes to play for during the Galactic Battle. When the season starts, head over to the Competitive Details blog post to get the full rundown of the tournament offerings, and check out the schedule page of fortnite.com/competitive for exact dates and times. Please note that X-Wings, TIE Fighters, and the Thermal Imploder will not be available in tournaments. We will monitor other features such as force abilities and make any necessary adjustments. Okay, so they're taking out the planes, the Thermal Imploder for the tournament, so that's better. Ranked, I mean, I guess they could leave it in for ranked maybe, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But they might take out force abilities later if they deem it necessary. There's even more stars to be had over in Lego Fortnite. Check out our Lego Fortnite blog post for details. May the Force be with you always. But this video is getting kind of long, so we're going to leave that for another video. So if you want to see that video, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video.